Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be a bit of a shorter video, but not in any way less helpful or important, because this is something that was very common back in the 90s, and it was something that I can see definitely carrying over to today and being very, very helpful. It was a common practice that we employed by way of taking one garment and you stretch it through several days. You stretch it through the entire week, same dress, accessorized several different ways, and nobody is any the wiser. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that and fly under the radar by wearing the same thing. And the reason that we did that is, one, we like to show our individuality, our creativity through our accessories and the way that we styled things. And by wearing basics, that made it a lot easier for us to do that. So because of cost and because of budget, that's another major reason that we were forced into wearing basics, because as much as we ogled the amazing velvet pieces from the Black Rose, from Religious Sex, Trash and Vaudeville, Lip Service, all of these amazing items, they had the price tag to match, and there was no way that we could afford that. So what we had to do was we had to resort to basics and find ways to make them work. We either DIY'd them and or applied all of our different accessories to really make it stand out in our own individual way. And the really cool thing about that is you can take a piece, a normal basic piece that you say got from a thrift store or Forever 21, and you could take that one item and you could accessorize it and style it in a way that makes it look 10 times better than the triple-digit priced dress that you were just ogling in the Lip Service catalog. So this is a really useful skill to have, but there are definite rules that will help you stretch that item out, because the dress needs to be inconspicuous. So I want to make note that it's not just women that can use this. Men you can apply the same sort of tactics when trying to do this for yourself. So this isn't designated for just people who dress feminine. If you're dressing masculine, you can apply this to tops and pants. So the first thing that you want to take note of is when you're choosing that one basic garment, you want to take note of the fabric. The fabric can't have any sort of pattern to it. Not ribbed, maybe a lace pattern, something embossed, nothing like that. It needs to be solid. Go with a jersey knit. A solid cotton jersey knit is going to be your way to go, because it's going to be something that is very inconspicuous and can be swapped with different things. Because if you go with anything with a pattern, what's going to happen is it's going to make it a lot more difficult if you pair it with other things, and it's also going to make it noticeable to other people if you're wearing the same thing every day. When you're dealing with necklines, you want to go with either a mock turtleneck, you want to go with a V-neck, or you want to go with a scoop neck. Nothing out of the norm, nothing say boat neck, off the shoulder. Remember, inconspicuous is the name of the game. When it comes to the sleeves, you want to make sure that the length is long. You don't want to go 3/4 and you don't want to go short, because again, that's going to make it stand out and that lacks versatility. And when it comes to the sleeve cut, stay away from bell sleeves and stay away from anything with cuffs. You want the basic fit of a fitted long sleeve tee, because that's what's going to help you remain inconspicuous and versatile. When it comes to the length of the dress, you want to make sure it's either knee length or mid length. Never go maxi length. The reason that maxi length is not good is because you're limiting its versatility. It's not going to be layerable, and so when you have a mid length or a short dress, what you can do with it is you can pair it with different types of tights, different types of leggings, different types of footwear, which also changes things up. But what you could also do, you can convert it into a shirt by way of tucking it into a long skirt or a pair of pants. So not only is it a dress, it's also a shirt. Something you might want to consider investing in to prolong the life of these things is a brand called Dylon. It's very inexpensive. They make a fabric dye in black that is very, very bold. And if you learn how to use fabric dye, it can be very useful to prolong the life of the items that you already have. So if you have some basic pieces or just some black pieces in general that are starting to fade and you still love them and you want to continue using them, we'll breathe new life back into those items, because those once faded items will now be bold and black once again. And finally, learn how to sew. This doesn't necessarily mean you need to buy a sewing machine or you need to learn how to be a seamstress or anything like that. Just learning a basic stitch will do, a needle and thread. And that could take an item that has either a popped seam or it has a hole in it, and something that you previously would have worn and is destined for the bin, and now you can suddenly wear again, because that one little skill can save you a ton of money in the future. That way none of your clothes are forced out of commission due to a busted seam or a tiny hole that you can now fix in a matter of minutes. So it's a very handy skill to learn. And there are so many resources online where you can find how to do a basic stitch that will save you a lifetime of hassle. So I hope these tips helped. I'm going to get to the try on, and I'm kind of interested to see what I come up with and how many days worth of variations I can come up with for you. And remember, you can apply these same techniques for masculine wardrobe as well. So, know what you think.